Students, 3.4. The name of the lesson is Think Before You Speak. First of all is warming up, chit chat activity. In the chit chat activities, there are some questions that are asked in this activity. You have to give answers of these questions. Do you write a diary? Some people have habit or hobby of writing a diary. In that diary, they mention the experiences which they have every day in that diary. Do you write diary? You have to give answer yes or no. Do you write letters or notes to your friends or relatives? Do you ever fight with your friends? Do you have arguments with your family members? What are the arguments about? You have to write. At least think about these questions and write the answer for them. Read the following words which may used in place of speak. म्हणजे स्पीकच्या ऐवजी आपण खालील शब्द वापरू शकतो बघा त्याच्याऐवजी, पण कशाप्रमाणे? कॉन्टेक्स्टप्रमाणे, त्या वाक्याचा संदर्भ कसा आहे त्याप्रमाणे आपण ते वापरू शकतो. जसं टॉप आहे की नाही, टॉप, ऑटर, टेल, अनाउन्स, डिक्लेअर, व्हॉइस अँड ओपिनियन, कॉन्व्हर्स, से, चॅट, गॉसिप, लेक्चर, कम्युनिकेट, explain, uphold an opinion, support, praise, recommend, request, urge, plead, introduce, mention, refer to, discuss, remark on, rebuke, comment on, scold, chide, criticize, berate, pull up, reproach, admonish, suggest, indicate, mean, denote, show, reflect, express, reveal. अशा प्रकारचे शब्द आहे. These words can be used in place of speak, okay, according to the context of the sentence. म्हणजे वाक्याच्या संदर्भाप्रमाणे आपण या शब्दांचा वापर करू शकतो. हां बघा, सी टिक द वर्ड्स यू नो अँड अंडरलाईन वन्स दॅट यू डू नॉट नो. Find their meaning and pronunciation from a good dictionary. बघायचं आहे तुम्हाला आणि एका चांगल्या डिक्शनरीमधून जे शब्द माहीत नाही, अननोन आहे तुम्हाला, त्यांचे अर्थ तुम्हाला पाहून घ्यायचे आहेत. आता इथे म्हटलेलं आहे तुम्ही अर्थ बघितले चांगल्या डिक्शनरीमधून, त्याचं प्रोनाऊन्सिएशन बघितलं. देन व्हॉट यू हॅव टू डू, विच ऑफ दीज वर्ड्स हॅव अ पॉझिटिव्ह मिनिंग. यापैकी कोणत्या वर्ड्सला पॉझिटिव्ह मिनिंग आहे, म्हणजे ज्याच्यातून सकारात्मक अर्थ निघतो ते कसे? पॉझिटिव्ह मिनिंगचे शब्द. टॉक नाही, बोलणे, एखाद्याशी आपण बोललो तर त्यामधून आचार विचाराचं आदानप्रदान होते, बरोबर आहे की नाही. कोणता मिनिंग आहे? पॉझिटिव्ह मिनिंग आहे. टेल, सांगणे, एखाद्याला एखादी गोष्ट सांगितली आणि ती जर गोष्ट चांगली असेल तर त्यामधून त्याला चांगला बोध मिळतो. अनाऊन्स, घोषणा करणे, एखाद्या गोष्टीची आपण घोषणा केली तर दॅट हॅव द पॉझिटिव्ह मिनिंग, आहे की नाही? हां, असे पॉझिटिव्ह मिनिंगचे शब्द तुम्हाला बघायचे आहेत. दुसरं कोणतं बघायचं आहे? आता इथं तुम्हाला दिसत आहेत पॉझिटिव्ह मिनिंगचे शब्द. प्रेज आहे, रेकमेंड आहे, पुन्हा दिसतंय तुम्हाला रिक्वेस्ट आहे. पॉझिटिव्ह मिनिंगचा शब्द आहे की नाही? हां, रिक्वेस्ट कुठे आहे? रिक्वेस्ट हा शब्द आहे. हां, पॉझिटिव्ह मिनिंगचा शब्द आहे. निगेटिव्ह मिनिंगचं बघूया आपण कोणते शब्द आहेत. हां, बघा तुम्हाला दिसतं आहे गॉसिप आहे. गॉसिप म्हणजे कुचाळक्या करणे, एखाद्याची निंदा करणे, त्याच्याविषयी वाईट बोलणे. चांगलं आहे असं म्हणू शकतो आपण? अजिबात नाही. कारण आपली जर कोणी निंदा केली, आपल्या जर कोणी कुचाळक्या केल्या तर आपण आपल्याला आनंद होतो का? वा वा, आपण म्हणतो का यार तू किती छान वाईट बोलला माझ्याविषयी, नाही का, तुला तर छानपैकी नोबेल पारितोषिक द्यायला पाहिजे, असं म्हणतो का आपण? अजिबात नाही, आहे की नाही? म्हणजे याला कोणता मिनिंग आहे? निगेटिव्ह मिनिंग आहे की नाही? बघा तुम्हाला दिसतं इथं रिब्यूक. रिब्यूक म्हणजे एखाद्याची कानउघाडणी करणे. आता एखाद्याने आपली कानउघाडणी केली, समजा आपल्यावर तो रागावला, खूप बोलला, आपल्याला आनंद होतो, वा 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 किती छान, आज त्यांनी केली माझी चांगली कानउघाडणी केली, असं म्हणतो काय आपण? नाही. आपल्याला त्याचा राग येतो कानउघाडणी करणाऱ्या माणसाचा, नाही का, तर रागावणाऱ्या माणसाचा. आपल्या मनामध्ये त्याच्याविषयी नकारात्मक भाव निर्माण होतात. म्हणजे ही क्वालिटी, हा वर्ड सकारात्मक असेल की नकारात्मक? अर्थातच निगेटिव्ह, डिसप्लिझंट मिनिंग आहे या वर्डला. तसे तुम्हाला हे वर्ड शोधायचे आहे. ॲडमॉनिश म्हणजे रागावणे, खूप रागावणे, नाही का, समज देणे ॲडमॉनिश म्हणजे. आता एखाद्याने आपल्याला एखाद्या वस्तूविषयी, एखाद्या गोष्टीविषयी समज दिली, आपल्याला आनंद होतो काय? आपल्याला त्याचा राग येतो, हा माणूस मला असं बोलला होता, मला एवढे कळत नाही का? हां, याला समजतं, मला एवढी कळत नाही, हा स्वतःला एवढा शाळा समजतो आहे, असं आपल्याला वाटतं. म्हणजे आपल्या मनामध्ये त्या व्यक्तीविषयी एक नकारात्मक भाव निर्माण होतात, एक अनप्लिझंट फिलिंग आपलं त्याच्याविषयी असतं. असे शब्द तुम्हाला शोधायचे आहे यामधले, आणि ते तुम्हाला इथे काय करायचे आहेत? क्लासिफाय करायचे आहेत, लिहायचे आहेत. व्हिच ऑफ दीज वर्ड्स सजेस्ट ॲन अनप्लिझंट कॉन्टेक्स्ट? तर तुम्हाला आताच सांगितलं मी. क्रिटिसाइज आहे, रिब्यूक आहे, ॲडमॉनिश आहे, दिसतं आहे तुम्हाला, चाइल्ड आहे की नाही, कुचाळक्या करणे, आहे की नाही, खडसावणे, रिब्यूक, चाइल्ड म्हणजे रिब्यूक, खडसावणे, हे निगेटिव्ह मिनिंग आहे. याला अनप्लिझंट काय म्हणतो आपण त्याला, कॉन्टेक्स्ट आहे याचा, ते तुम्हाला शब्द क्लासिफाय करायचे आहे. ट्राय टू ट्रान्सलेट these words into your mother tongue to show the different shades of meaning. आणि हे जे शब्द आहे, या सगळ्या शब्दांचे अर्थ तुम्हाला तुमच्या भाषेत म्हणजे मराठीमध्ये सांगायचे आहेत, आणि त्यांच्या अर्थामध्ये किती बारीक अशा फरक आहे ते सुद्धा बघायचं आहे आपल्याला. हे बघायचं तुम्हाला, चांगल्या डिक्शनरीमध्ये बघायचं, त्याचे प्रोनाऊन्सिएशन, त्याचा अर्थ, हे पण तुम्हाला बघायचं आहे. यू हॅव टू डू धिस ॲक्टिव्हिटी. Remember, it is the very good activity. Okay? See here are some words, and these are all what? Adverbs. When an adjective takes ly at its end, it become adverb. Polite. He is a polite boy. Polite is here adjective. But when it takes ly at its end, it becomes adverb. Bright, brightly, sweet, sweetly, nice, nicely, loving, lovingly, kind, kindly. आता पोलाईट, ब्राईट, स्वीट, नाईस, लव्हिंग, काइंड, all these are adjective because It tells something or it adds to the meaning of noun. That's why it is adjective. But when it takes ly to his at his end, it becomes adverb. Politely. He spoke politely. तो नम्रपणे बोलला, नाही का? पोलाइटली म्हणजे वागण्याची रीत सांगितलेली आहे की नाही. स्पोक या व्हर्बला या पोलाइटलीनं काय केलेलं आहे? क्वालिफाय केलेलं आहे. ॲट टू द मिनिंग ऑफ इट. त्याच्या मिनिंगमध्ये काय घातलेली आहे? भर घातलेली आहे. मुलगा बोलला, पण कसा बोलला? पोलाइटली, नम्रपणे बोलला. म्हणून हे काय आहे? ॲडव्हर्ब आहे. ॲट टू द व्हर्ब, ॲट टू द मिनिंग ऑफ द व्हर्ब, दॅट इज ॲडव्हर्ब. म्हणजे क्रियापदाच्या अर्थामध्ये भर घालणाऱ्या शब्दाला काय म्हणतात? ॲडव्हर्ब, आहे की नाही? ॲडव्हर्ब क्रियाविशेषण, क्रियेविषयी अधिकची माहिती सांगणारा शब्द, त्याला म्हणतात क्रियाविशेषण, आहे की नाही? तर तो हां ब्राईट ब्राईटली, स्वीट स्वीटली, नाईस नाईसली, लविंग लविंगली, काइंड काइंडली. दॅट पर्सन इज काइंड, नाही का? दॅट पर्सन इज काइंड. काइंड हा शब्द कोणाविषयी माहिती सांगतो? पर्सनविषयी, नाऊनबद्दल. पर्सन इज अ नाऊन, त्याच्यामुळे हे ॲडजेक्टिव्ह आहे. पण जेव्हा त्याला ly लागतो ना शेवटी, काइंडचा जेव्हा काइंडली होतो तेव्हा वागण्याची रीत आपल्याला माहिती होते. आणि हा शब्द क्रियापदाच्या अर्थामध्ये भर घालतो आणि म्हणून आपण त्याला काय म्हणतो? ॲडव्हर्ब म्हणतो. ॲट टू द मिनिंग ऑफ व्हर्ब. इथे तुम्हाला खाली काही शब्द दिसत आहेत बघा. सी हिअर, अँग्री, अँग्रीली, रूड, रूडली, नॅस्टी, नॅस्टीली, क्वायट, क्वायटली, स्लो, स्लोली, क्विक, क्विकली, नाही का? अशा प्रकारे हे तुम्हाला काय दिसतात? सगळे ly लागून आलेले ॲडव्हर्ब आहेत. असे ॲडव्हर्ब तुम्हाला शोधता येतील. प्रिपेअर अ सिमिलर लिस्ट ऑफ ॲडव्हर्ब्स विच शो द डिफरन्स इन द मॅनर ऑफ सेईंग ऑर कम्युनिकेटिंग समथिंग. अ फ्यू एक्झाम्पल्स आर गिव्हन हिअर. बघता येईल तुम्हाला. इथे पण तुम्हाला दिलेले आहे, वरती पण दिलेले आहे. असं तुम्हाला ॲडजेक्टिव्हचे ly लावून ॲडव्हर्ब करता येईल. बघायचं तुम्हाला. ओके, नाव स्टुडंट्स, इन दिस लेसन थिंक बिफोर यू स्पीक. इट इज एक्सप्लेन दॅट we should think before we speak. Remember, don't say anything hastily. म्हणजे गडबड करून काहीही बोलू नये. कधीकधी काय असतं, आपल्याला सवय असते की आपण फार विचार करत नाही आणि बोलून देतो, आणि मग मात्र त्याचा वाईट परिणाम समोरच्या व्यक्तीवर होतो. आपण बऱ्याचदा बघतो असं की विचार न करता आपण बोलून देतो आणि मग आपल्यालाच पश्चाताप होते. म्हणून असं म्हणतात, वी आर द मास्टर ऑफ अनस्पोकन वर्ड्स. वी आर द मास्टर ऑफ अनस्पोकन वर्ड, बट वी आर द स्लेव ऑफ स्पोकन वर्ड्स. वन्स द arrow is sent from the bow, we can't receive it back, get it back. Remember, like that, once we uttered the word, we spoken the words, it never back to us. Remember. So the writer says in this lesson that we think thoroughly Before speaking words, remember. That's why it is said, we are the master of the unspoken words and we are the slave of spoken words. Remember. म्हणून कधीही बोलताना खूप विचार करावा आणि नंतर कुठं बोलावं. त्यापेक्षा बरं हे आहे की आपण बोलूच नाही. जिथे बोलायचं आहे तिथेच बोललं पाहिजे आणि जिथे बोलायचं नाही तिथे अजिबात बोलू नये. असं एक म्हण आहे संस्कृतमध्ये, मौनम सर्वार्थ साधनम. काय म्हण आहे? मौनम सर्वार्थ साधनम. म्हणजे आपण चूप राहणं, मौन राहणं, काहीही न बोलणं, यामध्येच आपण सर्व साध्य केलेलं आहे असं लक्षात येतं. काय होतं, आपण बोलून जातो आपल्या पाटीलसारखं आणि मग आपल्यालाच त्याचा पश्चाताप होतो की अरे मी चुकीचं बोललो गड्या. पण कसं असतं, एकदा तोंडातून निघालेले शब्द परत घेता येत नाही. लक्षात आलं का? म्हणून बोलूच नाही, शक्यतोवर बोलूच नाही. जिथे खूपच आवश्यक आहे बोलणं अशाच ठिकाणी बोलावं. म्हणून इथं या पाठाचं शीर्षक आहे, टायटल आहे, थिंक बिफोर यू स्पीक. लिसन केअरफुली. I am reading. Man was meant to listen more and talk less. That is why, as the great British statesman Benjamin Disraeli said, nature has endowed man with 2 ears and 1 mouth. If man was meant to talk more and listen less, he would have 2 mouths and only 1 ear. Imagine how we would have looked. How strange with 2 mouths on the 2 sides and 1 ear at the center. And mind you, the ears are like funnels, open all the time. There is no door with which you can close them. Whereas, if you have to speak even one single word, that word must pass through 2 walls, 2 fences. There is firstly the fence of these 2 rows of teeth. There is secondly the fence of 2 lips. Before a word can be spoken, it has to pass, it has to pierce through these 2 walls, through these 2 fences. Therefore, we must think at least twice before we utter a word. A very wise man once remarked that of the unspoken word, you are a master. That word is, you are a master of the unspoken word. Of the spoken word, you are a slave. Once you have spoken a word, you cannot get it back. Do what you will. Therefore, you must be very careful about the words that you speak. Once the word has left your lips, you will not be able to get it back. What are unspoken words? They are things you want to say but remain unsaid, as thoughts in your mind. Once you have put the thoughts into words, once the words have left your lips, you cannot change them or control them. A young man went to his spiritual teacher and said, I have spoken very harsh and unkind words to my friend. and he is deeply hurt. I am afraid I have lost my friendship with him. How can I make amends? The wise teacher gave him a fresh sheet of blank paper and a pen. He said to the young man, write down on this paper all the harsh things you said to him. The young man did as he was told and showed the paper to the teacher. Now, tear up this sheet of paper into as many small bits as you can, the wise teacher said. Soon, the single sheet was torn into 100 tiny bits of paper. Throw the bits out of this window, the teacher told him. That was easily done. It was a windy day, and the tiny bits were scattered far and wide even as the young man watched. Now go out into street and collect as many bits of the paper as you can, the teacher ordered him. The young man was taken aback. But, that will be difficult, he stammered. It will be difficult indeed, but do give it a try, the teacher suggested. The young man went out. He returned half an hour later, exhausted. He had not been able to get hold of a single torn bit from the paper he had torn up just a while earlier. This is what happens with the spoken words. The teacher said to him, once you have spoken the words aloud, it is very difficult to take them back. Therefore, learn to think before you speak in anger. Here is the example of Socrates, one of the wisest men of an ancient world. He was the philosopher, he was the great thinker, Socrates. Socrates was one of the wisest men of the ancient world. Many were the youths whose lives he influenced for the better. Socrates counseled his disciples to keep their mouths shut and speak only when absolutely necessary. O wise one, how may we know when it is right to speak? They ask him. Open your mouths to speak only after you have asked yourself three questions and received an affirmative answer to each of the three. Replied Socrates. What were the three questions? The first question we must ask ourselves before we speak it. Is it true? This is the first question. If we are not sure about the veracity, that's mean truth of that we are saying, it is better that we do not utter a word. When we utter words carelessly, we ourselves become transmitters of untruth. The second question to ask is it pleasant? Many are the empty remarks and vain statements that people make in idleness to hurt others. It is better that these unpleasant words remain unspoken. The third question, according to Socrates, is it useful? Is our statement going to benefit the listener? Will our words bring comfort to someone? Are we likely to help someone with what we say? Only in that case should we go ahead and speak. In this way, this is the lesson. Very beautiful lesson for you. It gives you message. When to speak, how to speak, and what to speak. It gives us a lesson, message, which is very, very important in our life. Many times, we use the words carelessly. We do not think about what will be its effect on the person who is concerned. We never think about it. Huh? And what happened then? After speaking, when we know the fact, we repented. This is not the good thing for us and the person to whom we speak. So, think thoroughly, think deeply before you speak. The word is here, counseled means advised. Veracity means truth. See here, the word. It is better that, the clause. It is better that we do not utter a word. Find out the clause. This is the sentence for change the degree. Socrates was one of the wisest men of the ancient world. This sentence is of the superlative degree, and you have to transfer it in positive degree and comparative degree. Second question, Socrates counseled his disciples to keep their mouths shut. It is for change the voice. The given is the given sentence is of the active voice. You have to transfer it or transform it in passive voice. Okay, next. See here the meaning of the unknown word. Statesman means politician. Endowed means blessed. Okay, very good then. Here, see here the clause. We must think at least twice before we utter a word. We must think at least twice. This is the main clause. And before we utter a word, this is the adverb clause. See here. The answer of the questions that are given here. See here. Answer of the questions. These are the questions and the answers of these questions. See here. These are the questions and their answers. What are unspoken words? That is given here. See here. Now you can see it clearly. Good. Anything else there? No. See here. Throw the beads out of the window. The teacher told him, convert into indirect speech. The indirect speech is given here. Teacher told him to throw the beads out of that window. That window. That is given here. See here. You can see it clearly. Yes, very good. Now, is there any word? No, no, no. See here. The see here the meaning of the unknown words. Was taken aback, was shocked, surprised. CS stammered, said something with difficulty, paused and repeated some letters involuntarily. Exhausted, very tired, without energy. That is given here. See here the answer of the question. Do you remember someone speaking to you angrily without thinking? Yes. A few months back, my elder sister was upset after our mother scolded her for not completing her work. Since since she was in a bad mood, she spoke to me rudely. In this way, now this is the answer of this question. You can see here. See here. However, I kept me cool, though I was upset with her behavior. I decided not to express it. I understood that she didn't consider her words before speaking. So I kept calm and allowed her to cool down. In this way, you have to write the answer of this question here. Now, it is English workshop. Some workshop is solved here. See here. The change in weather made the baby sick. Change in weather. This word is used in your own sentence. Change. The change in weather made the baby sick. Change is used here as a noun. The change. It is in the place of subject. And you know subject is always noun. So change is used as a noun here. You have to use these words: show, throw, return, benefit. See here, many are the empty remarks. Here remark is used as a noun in this sentence. A wise man once remarked. It is used as a verb. In this way, you have to use these words. Okay, now see here. Complete the following. Our ears are like funnels because just like a liquid is poured into vessel with funnel, Words enter our body through ears, which are always, which are always, which are always open, which are always open. See here, the word is open, which are always open, open. That word is open. Ha. Like that, you have to write the answers of these questions. Now, see here. See here. You can see it clearly now. See here. See here. एक धागा सुखाचा 100 धागे दुःखाचे 1 thread of happiness and 100 threads of sorrow. Even one moment of happiness is enough to overshadow many sorrows of life. In this way, you have to write down. The one who is hit with hunger looks down, and the one who is hit with a sword looks upward. If you approach someone with humility, she will behave in a friendly manner. If you approach someone with aggression, she will behave in a hostile manner. Hostile. See here, hostile. See here. Good. Complete the following on your own. But I don't know the truth. It is the noun here. Use the truth is the noun here. What is the truth? Noun clause. But I don't know what is the truth. This is the noun clause. But I don't know the truth. This is the noun. But what is the truth? This is the noun clause. Because it has verb. Subject and verb also. That's why. He told us his secret recipe. Recipe is the noun. Secret recipe. He told us his recipe which was a secret. This is the noun clause. See here. They went immediately. They went as soon as they woke up. In this way, you have to do the workshop of this lesson. Try to solve it, and the workbook that you have taken, you have purchased. Solve it. If you find any problem, ask me. Okay? Okay. Goodbye.